Hi, my name is Christoph and welcome to the Quixitry workshop. In today's video, I want to build something very simple but effective to turn this ordinary bicycle into an exercise bike. So the basic idea would be to lift the back wheel a little bit off the ground, give it a roller or something to run on, and make some support to keep the bike upright. This is for my wife on rainy days if she wants to just stay indoors and exercise using this bicycle. And it must be simple, it must be nice, beautiful, the thing that I'm making, and not damage the bike, and it must work. And also it needs to be easily removable. And the last thing is I want to use what I have. So let's see how this turns out. So here I have some pieces of scrap metal that I have, just bits and bobs. And I've got this thing that was scrapped, which I want to use for the base. And basically I want to support the bike here. I don't want to mess with the bolt here, and we don't want to have to undo it and fasten it. It must just be something that holds the bike here without scratching the paint. And then at the bottom, what I want to do is I want to do something with these two caster wheels that I have. So I think I'm going to start there and see how I can shape these so that it has a more of a shape that follows the wheel. So the idea is that the wheel would run in here, and because it's tapered now, it can't run off. What I want to do is I want to get rid of that part there so that these two can go closer together. So now, as you can see, when I put the bearing back, the bearing is standing a little bit out there. So the pieces that I cut off on the other side, I saved those, and I'm going to put them there. On this side, I'm putting them with the nice side towards the inside, and that is then exactly the end of the bearing. I must cut these a little bit shorter. I think I'm going to cut this bracket in half so that I've got something to support this. I've cut these to fit right there, and I'm aiming for that part of the frame. And then I've made these soft plastic things that will, there's two halves there that will be the contact point. So it's not metal on metal, it's plastic on metal. And then other side, same. And I'm thinking, I'm not sure about this. It would be nice if I could take a straight line from there to there, and like a triangle, just 3 points, and it won't wobble. So I'm gonna try and find other material just to make a big triangle from that point there to there and back. So this is the triangular shape that I'm going to put underneath the back wheel, and everything fits nicely, and I chamfered those edges for a nice weld there on each corner on both sides, and that's going to come like that. I think it's going to work very well. Okay, so you can see I'm using I'm not painting it like this. I'm using a dabbing effect. You can use a sponge for this, but I find that to get into those little cracks and places, it's easier to do this, and this way you get an even textured finish. You've got much more control over it than when you just paint it and brush marks. And also I used a dark undercoat, but not black. If you use a black undercoat, it's very hard to see where you have not covered yet with the top coat. So always use a different color primer than your top coat. If you paint red, then use pink. If you paint something that's going to be white, use a off-white or a yellow, light yellow primer. If you use black, then use a grey primer. I would say for blue, you can also use a grey primer. I'm only going to give it one coat because it's going to be indoors, but if it's for outdoors, I'll give it 2 coats of undercoat and 3 coats of top coat, and that way it will last for many years. So the products I used, I believe in this. This is NS4. The tin is a bit, you can't read it anymore, but there's an NS4. I believe it's made by Durham, and I'm using a Durham top coat, which is a enamel, but it's a water-based enamel. I like water-based because you don't have to use thinners and it's not as smelly. So there you have it. That is all for the technical side of this. Now it's finished, and let's finally install it. So while I'm waiting for the paint to dry, I thought it would be a good idea to just clean this. These caster wheels are old, and I cleaned the bearings, and as you can see, there was a lot of gunk in there. That stuff was all inside there. So it's good to clean it and just give it a fresh, nice fresh deposit of grease. I'm just cleaning all the dust and grime out. And then also I glued these together because they were spinning independently, and I don't think it's a good thing. So now they were one part. And I think I also want to just add 3 bolts that goes through to secure them, because this is just super glue that's holding them together. So I'm going to drill some holes there and clean these bearings and then assemble everything, and then by that time the paint should be dry. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please remember to hit that like button, and I'll see you next week. Cheers.